Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Those of you who are here for the first time, I am Tiffany Luna, and on my channel I talk about style, beauty, everything leveling up appearance. But today, for the spirit of the times, I'm going to be talking about 3 black style icons of the past who have influenced the fashion industry right now as we know it, and who are also style inspirations for some of us, namely me. Let's get into it. Black women have always set the pace in fashion, not just the ones that we know today, but they have been doing it back then. During times where their civil rights were denied or challenged, they still managed to influence and shine their light in the world. Fashion has served as a source of freedom and creative expression for many people. Here are just some black women of the past who honored their inner freedom through their creative expressions, whether through music and film, and their style, honey. Also, I'll be sharing a style tip from each of these women, from each of these 3 women, that we can use to help to find our style or level up our style, or to find a style that appeals to our true self. So I'm just gonna give you a little history of who they are, and then I'll go into their style type, and then I'll also go into the style tip that we can get from them. So the first black style icon of the past is Dorothy Dandridge. She was an actress and singer in the 1950s. She was born November 9th, 1922. She's a Scorpio. My Scorpios, hi. Love you guys. She was the first black woman to be nominated for an Academy Award. She got this nomination for Best Actress in a Leading Role for, I think it was Carmen. Not only was Dorothy a triple threat in her talent, she also had a great sense of style. She started her career basically when she was a kid. She was determined to become an actress, and so she did. She had many small parts in films before her breakthrough role in 1954 film Carmen Jones. This was a film that she was nominated for Best Leading Role. She didn't win, but she was nominated, and that was a big deal for the black community back then. It still is now. She died on September 8, 1965. It was ruled an accidental drug overdose. She was 42 years old when she died. So let's get into her style. Her style bordered seductive and conservative, which I loved. Her ladylike quality and style has helped to maintain her legacy for all these years. Many of the styles that she wore in her time can very well be worn today, which is what I love about her style. It's timeless, and also the items that falls into that category of style can be worn over and over and over and over again. It's a great style to aim for. So many of the styles she wore can work well now. That's because she mostly went for classic silhouettes. Her style personality will be described as classic feminine. Her style featured well-tailored shapes and silhouettes, clean-cut blouses, dresses, and trousers, which makes her style timeless. She accessorized with gorgeous jewelry, sleek handbags, and dainty footwear. She chose pieces that were body skimming but never vulgar. She used belts and scarves to show off her hourglass shape. She showed off her gorgeous shoulders often. So now that we have broken down her style, here is a style tip from Dorothy Dandridge. Choose silhouettes that complement your body figure and highlight your physical assets. In her case, she chose body hugging silhouettes to complement her hourglass figure, and she wore off the shoulder tops to highlight her beautiful shoulders, which is one of her assets. So consider your body type and choose silhouettes that complement it, and whatever your assets are, it could be your legs, wear dresses and skirts to show your legs. It could be your arms, wear sleeveless tops. If it's your shoulders, wear off the shoulder. If it's your hair, let your hair down and wear a top that's not too busy so it doesn't take away from your hair. That's a style tip from Dorothy Dandridge. Now let's get into our second black style icon of the past, Eartha Kitti. So she was an entertainer in the 1950s. She had a 60-year long career in entertainment. She was a singer, actress, dancer, comedian, activist, author, songwriter. She was just lovely, okay? She was born in January 17, 1927. She was a Capricorn. She was born on a cotton plantation near a small town in, I can't remember. Her mother was of Cherokee and African descent, and it's reported that her father was the son of the owner of the farm she was born on. It's reported that she was conceived by rape. However, she still amounted to be Miss Eartha Kitti. So she began her career as a singer in 1943 as a member of the Catherine Dunham Company, which was a dance company back then. She's a talented singer with a distinctive voice. She recorded many hits of her time, one we may know as Santa Baby under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa Baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. I hope I don't get demonetized. But I didn't even know that was her. Like, we know the song, but we don't even realize who the person is, and then you get to put two and two together and it's like, oh, that's her. So yeah, she had many hits. She did very well in her lifetime. She really did. She spoke 4 languages: English, German, Dutch, and French, and she could sing in 11 languages. Who is this lady? Like, honestly, she's gold, I swear to God. So she was casted in a couple of films and TV shows, and she was the first black Catwoman. So our generation, we would know Halle Berry as Catwoman, but before it was Halle Berry, honey, it was Eartha Kitt, and that was back when Batman was a television series, and I think she played Catwoman in the last season. So at one point, her story is so interesting. So she was blacklisted and defamed by the CIA. What? So in January 1968, during a White House luncheon which she was invited to, she was asked by the First Lady at that time about her views on the Vietnam War, because during that time the Vietnam War was going on, and she replied, "You send the best of this country off to be shot and maimed. No wonder the kids rebel and take part." She didn't give up. This was just part of her reply. Her reply was longer. They said that what she said made the First Lady cry. This led to a drought in her career for a period of time in America. So after that incident, she was unemployable. No one wanted to work with her, so she devoted her energies to perform in Europe and Asia. Smart girl. The CIA branded her as sadistic nymphomaniac. They used her personal life and early upbringing to defame her. But that didn't get in the way of her career in Europe and Asia, where she actually blew up, and that's where she lived. She lived in London for a time after that. So years later, after all of that wore off, she started working in the US again on Broadway, doing voiceover work for a lot of films we know, like The Jungle Book, The Emperor's New Groove. She was also an activist. Some of the activism work that she did, she established youth foundations for underprivileged kids in different US cities. In the late 80s and early 90s, she was a vocal advocate for the LGBT rights and publicly supported same-sex marriage. She spoke out saying, "We're all rejected people. We know what it is to be oppressed, depressed, and then accused. And I am very much cognizant of that feeling. Nothing in the world is more painful than rejection. I am a rejected, oppressed person, and so I understand them as best as I can, even though I am heterosexual." My sentiments exactly. She was so ahead of her time, and that's why I like doing research on these ladies. She's my favorite. First time I found, because I didn't know Eartha Kitti, I found out about her on Instagram. There was this video. When I saw it, I'm like, yes. Like, yes, I'm gonna post a video right here, right now.
A man comes into my life and I have to compromise? You must think about that one again. A man comes into my life and you have to compromise for what? For what? For what? A relationship is a relationship that has to be earned, not to compromise for. I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
I love her. So there's a lot to her that I'm not going into right now. She had a 60-year-long career in entertainment. So she died on Christmas Day 2008 from colon cancer. It's safe to say that she was a very brave woman of her time, clearly. She was very outspoken, even during a time where she knew it would work against her, but she was brave enough to honor herself regardless of what the stakes were, and she thrived regardless. She is goals, okay? Let's get into her style. So, as the original black Catwoman, she brought animal print from the television screen to the mainstream. Never shying away from bold statements, Kit began wearing tight cheetah print dresses in the 1960s, departing from the silk and satin dresses of the previous decade. Considered one of the first black sex symbols, called herself the original material girl. By the 1970s, she started to wear satin turbans, which became a staple of her style. She's considered fierce on screen, on stage, and in her personal life. She sported pearls and feminine silhouettes in the recording studio and show-stopping gowns while on stage. Head-to-toe animal print, designers and celebrities sporting the bold look over a century later. All that is thanks to Miss Eartha Kitt, honey. A style tip from Eartha Kitti. This is a quote from her which I really liked. You might not think that it's directly related to style, but to me it is. The price we pay for being ourselves is worth it. So don't shy away from expressing your authentic self through your physical image. You never know. You may just create a trend that outlive you. Be bold. Love your body. Sexiness doesn't have to overshadow your brilliance nor your talent. Do you, honey? So the next and final black style icon of the past that I'm covering just in this video, there are many, but I'm just doing these three. The third one, Miss Diana Ross, honey. She was born March 26, 1944, so she's an Aries. Hey, fire sign. She was born in Detroit, Michigan, and she's a singer, actress, record producer. She rose to fame as lead singer of the vocal group The Supremes. During the 1960s, the most successful act for Motown, best charting female group in US history, world's best-selling girl groups of all time. Following her departure from The Supremes in 1970, she released her debut solo album that year, featuring the #1 pop hit Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I love that song, and to be honest, I didn't know she sang it because there are so many people that covered it, but I love that song. Yeah, so she continued a successful career through the 1970s. She ventured into acting, which won her a Golden Globe Award and an Academy Award nominated performance in the film Lady Sings the Blues. She starred in 2 other feature films, Mahogany in 1975 and The Wiz in 1978. She was named the Female Entertainer of the Century by Billboard magazine. She has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She has influenced many legendary artists, including Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Madonna, and more. Yeah, she has an extensive career and accomplishments. Honestly, too much to get into right here, right now. But as we all already know, she is an absolute legend. Let's get into her style. So Miss Diana Ross, she's a style chameleon. She's one of those that can wear anything, any style type. She has dabbled into all different style personalities. Like someone we know today, Miss Rihanna, she's also a style chameleon. So she flawlessly transitions from funky vibes to feather coat diva. So she's known as Diva, honey. Her style is trendy and classy. Like I said, she's a chameleon, so she can engage in all those type of styles. She's engaged in trendy, classy, elegant and feminine, beauty and glamorous. She wears a lot of sequins, sparkles, jewels, decadent and lavish. She engages in all different style types and succeeds in all of them. Hippie chic, disco diva, Hollywood glam, dramatic. Her style always reflected the best of the times, and she would also keep it classic and timeless as well. She's the ultimate style icon. Okay, style tip from Miss Diana Ross: have fun and don't be scared to be extra. Play in different styles and find your home style from bits and pieces of the style types. Create your own. Be your own legend, honey. So this was a rundown of the very little of the many black style icons of the past that have paved the way for many of the style icons we have today, like Beyonce and Rihanna. I've mentioned some style types and style personalities in this video. I will be diving deep into the different style personalities and style types in a later video. I'll link that video in the description once it's done. So depending on when you're seeing this video, check the description box, and I'll also put it at the end screen at the end of this video. You'll also be able to click on it. So look out for that. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you engage in the current spirit of the times. I enjoyed creating it. I enjoyed breaking down these iconic women that I love. I will be taking some influences from some of these women to develop my style, and I hope you could find some inspiration here too. If you want me to go into more style icons where we can find more style inspiration, let me know in the comment section. I'll be glad to create videos on that because it's how I have found my style type. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe for more content like this. Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. And bye.